This confuses me, and I would love your take on it, and maybe Connor can get a poll up on this one. But David Lynch has been speaking about the defensive midfield position, and I think he's backed himself into a corner somewhat here. So I don't know David Lynch personally, but I have to disagree with his comment. He said, Liverpool's belief has been, all caps for the has been, that there isn't a number 6 on the market good enough to come in and move the dial like a world-class Fabinho type. So let's unpack this a little bit. Why I respectfully disagree with David Lynch is kind of twofold. Firstly, Fabinho wasn't world-class when he arrived at Liverpool. He became world-class. He was known about, he was a good player, but he really went onto the world stage after he joined us. So I don't think that's a great example from David Lynch. And also, I very, very, very strongly disagree that there isn't a defensive midfielder or a number 6 available that could come in and improve what we have. I love Endo. Endo's definitely should be kept around. Endo has a big part to play. But to say that Liverpool can't improve on the number 6 position, or that there isn't a player available in world football that can do it, I disagree. So you can go through your own list when you've got Ugarte, Neves, Vifer, Barella, who's just signed a new deal with Inter, by the way, or other targets. If you go down to the likes of Thuram, Kone, you might be stretching it with those. But to say there's nobody out there who can come in and improve or do a better job at number 6, I have to say I very respectfully disagree on that one. So the poll I wanted Connor or Ben to put up in the background was, do you agree with David Lynch that there is no number 6 on the market that can improve our squad? Some version of that, please, boys, if you can, in the background. Why do we need a poll on that? Just because I want to show how wrong he is, Darren, pretty much, mate. That's why. I want to have a numerical pushback, because I know you're right, Darren. We do all agree that there's obviously a number 6 out there. But this is what makes me kind of confused. Like, how does David Lynch think that that's going to go? Well, you can go onto Twitter and find out. Not very well. But to say there isn't one on the mark, or to say that that's what the club are briefing, it's either a smokescreen or a delusion. And I hope it's a smokescreen, because if the feeling really is that we can't improve on it, I think that's worrying. Squeaky Clean says, so they don't believe there's anyone in world football that can improve our 18 million quid backup plan. No disrespect to Endo, who's been class. Exactly my point. Endo worked. Endo goes in the good business column, in my opinion. Definitely. Love Endo. Love having him at the club. Love his attitude. Lots of positivity. And he gives 100%. But yeah, I agree with you, man. There is upgrades. Let's be frank about this. There is. What about Bajcetic? Yes, Bajcetic, obviously Keane has a great future at the club. But what I would say is, I think it would be a bit of a roll of the dice to go into a new season looking and kind of banking on Bajcetic to, one, make sure his fitness is good for the entire season, and two, quickly get back to the level he needs to be, because he's missed an awful lot of football. So I think slow and steady is the right angle for Stefan Bajcetic, and make sure, you know, that his minutes are built up gradually over time along with experience. But yeah, great player, but I wouldn't be going into this season with that pressure on his shoulders to be the solution, because we need a bit more wiggle room, in my opinion. Would I loan him out? Bajcetic, no. I'd keep him around. I'd keep him around because I think he, you know, halfway through the season, maybe 3 months into the season, he could be back up to the level. But my point, Keane, was, let's say we put him in from the start of the season and it takes him a few months. I don't want him getting grief for it, and I don't want us dropping points. So bring him in bit by bit, and when he's ready, then let's wait and see. I heard Slot doesn't play with a typical DM. He just plays with 2 mids and a pivot. Yeah, but one of them still has to be a defensive-minded player, mate. So yes, double pivot, but one of them will be a defensive-minded player. I mean, look at him, Feyenoord. Vifer was that guy. I was thinking and hopeful, and still am, that Ederson, the Atalanta midfielder, could be that guy for us. But yes, he does. But we're all kind of just guessing here, though, aren't we? We know what Slot did at Feyenoord, but we don't know what he's going to do at Liverpool, because he has been known to play a 4-3-3 as well. And if he plays a 4-3-3, then we will have an actual DM. So either way, I'd say we still need one.